Hey guys, it's Katie with scrappinkaty.ctmh.com, and today is day 2 of the Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and this is the 7th series that she's doing, and I will post links down below to all the other girls who are playing along. So here's a look at today's sketch. It is a Kit Club sketch. That's a tongue twister. I'm loving the square photos, the torn pieces at the bottom, and then the oversized title. And then I've pulled some photos of my friends. And this is going to be a COVID related layout for my album. So I've pulled out a paper kit from Close to My Heart that has a lot of pattern papers that have to do with COVID. Now, I won't necessarily use the patterns that to deal with that, but I definitely just love the colors in this kit. And then there's also a sticker sheet that I'm going to pull some of the sentiments on, and everything is going to be built on a white daisy piece of cardstock. So to start off, there's this polka dot paper that I'm just loving. And so I'm just going to lay my photos out, trying to keep pretty true to the sketch. And I end up changing it in the end. And then now I'm going to work with the pieces at the bottom. So I have a couple of zip strips, but I really want to tear some pattern papers. So I've pulled some patterns that I really like. I've got a stripe and then a yellow pattern. It's got diagonal kind of tone on tone stripes on it. And then there is this purple heart pattern that I'm just going to tear a little bitty strip of. And then I'm definitely going to keep that purple zip strip at the bottom that's diagonal. I usually don't do diagonal and diagonal, but I really love that zip strip. So I'm going to try to make it go. So I'm just going to glue these on. There is going to be a little bit of area down at the bottom. Once I glue it onto my 12 by 12 cardstock piece, I'll just take it over to my trimmer and trim that off. And then I will start adhering the top pieces. So overall, this layout, like I said, is going to be about my friends and the times with them that I really miss during COVID. And when I say I miss this the most, it really is because my family is really close, meaning that my mother literally lives in our mother-in-law's house. And then my sister just lives right down the road, and so does my brother, and then my ninny. And so we get to see each other on a regular basis. In fact, my mom and I are basically considered the same household. But it's these girls on this layout that I've really missed during COVID. Um, and so I really wanted to make a layout. These three on the left, these are high school friends of mine, and we usually try to get together at least once a year, a weekend trip. We either go to one of our houses, or we've even known to just rent a motel room in the town that I live in. And then the girls on the left, again, they are childhood friends. Minus one, we met her in college and adopted her. But I also miss those girls as well. And they live really close. It's just, when you're not in the same household, it's hard to get together. So right here, this is a border from a sticker sheet, and I'm just cutting them apart so they will mimic the little lines coming down on that sketch that you see. So this is a sticker border. So all I did was trim those apart, these little bitty tiny strips, and I am going to use those stickers for those little strings. So I'm trying to pull the bottom colors to the top of the layout. So that's why you see me use the yellow and then a purple and then just the orange, because there's an orange kind of bold strip in that bottom striped torn piece at the very bottom, that pattern paper. So I'm just taking the backing off of these strips and going to glue those down and then turn it over and then trim whatever hangs off the edge. And then for that very top photo of us getting our nails done, I'm going to use a purple strip, and that pretty much is it. Now there is a zip strip that has all these words, and it just so happens that 4 of the words fit perfectly for these photos. So there's laugh, relax, connect, and sunshine. And then I'm pulling off some stickers that I also want to use. So for that bottom photo, I'm going to use laugh, and then the bottom right, sunshine, connect with me and my two girls up at the top right, and then relax for that picture of us getting our toes done on one of our girl weekends. And then I am going to pull out my big, huge stash of alphabet stickers. Now, if you follow me on YouTube, you know that February was all about busting out my stash and using as much as possible. And so I'm going to try to continue doing that, especially with this 30 days of sketches in March, just to kind of, you can see how many alphabet stickers I have. There's probably no possible way I could use them all, but I'm going to try to reach for those instead of stamps. Now here, this is one reason I love stamps is because I don't have enough stickers to do what I want to do. Now it ends up working, but what I really wanted was I wanted my title to be all that dark blue color. So I start out and then I can't find an A. And we all know how that feels. You have this perfect title in mind and then you run out of stickers. So that's why I love stamps, but I'm going to make it work. So I am just using different colors, trying to stay with bold colors so they'll kind of pop against that white polka dot paper. So my title is going to say is what I miss most. And then of course I will journal about my girls here. And then the most part, I definitely wanted that to stand out. So I'm going to use these stickers. They're much larger and they're also fuzzy. They're not, I mean, I guess maybe you'd call them felt, but they're real thin. So they're not like thick felt that you usually see. They're not thickers, they're real thin. So I'm going to put this eye on there and then I am done with my title and I'm going to go back to my sticker sheet. I'm going to add some hearts here and there, trying to keep with the color scheme that I used. And then I'm going to pull those stickers off of the block. So that orange one says virtual hugs. And then this bubble says miss your face. So I'm going to put it up at the top. And then there's one more, which is an envelope that says best friends. And so I've got that up in that cluster of those three photos. So I'm going to use my T-ruler and a pencil and then my Versamat to make journaling lines every 1/4 of an inch. And I am just making sure that my pencil marks are light enough because after I add my journaling, I am going to come back and erase those pencil marks. And so for the most part, I'm done. I am going to add some white gel pen to those hearts just to make them stand out just a little bit. And then off camera, I did use some enamel dots that also come with this collection from Close to My Heart. Here is a close-up and you can kind of see those enamel dots right there. Again, I loved documenting this memory. I probably wouldn't have had it not been for this 30-day challenge. And so I'm very happy about that. So make sure you check out all the links down below to all the other girls who are playing along. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you aren't a subscriber already, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification button.